After 3,000 trail miles, most of my repair and first aid kit never got touched, but a few tiny items saved entire trips. Here's what actually earned a spot. All right, this is my complete first aid and repair kit. And over time, I've refined my kit trip by trip, adding things I've actually needed, cutting what never got used, and after 100 solo backpacking trips, it's dialed to exactly what works for me. It's not the absolute lightest setup out there. My kit weighs about 3.5 ounces or exactly 100 grams, but it stays compact, reliable, and light enough for any trip that I take. All right, let's start with some of the things that I usually reach for in real situations. First, we've got my little boo-boo kit. It's got a few different size Band-Aids here, a few small ones, a few medium ones, one kind of bigger one, and then I've also got a couple packets of antibiotic ointment. Next, we've got a little bit of more like kind of survival gear. So we've got the Bic Mini with a foot of Gorilla Tape on it, perfect for backup lighting sources. You can use Gorilla Tape for like everything, and I end up using this a lot. Next, I've got this little mini striker thing. It's kind of just like a backup spark generator. I've never used this on a trip so far, but it kind of just gets thrown in just in case. And then I bring a few of these little like fire starters. They're like little cotton things. You kind of pull them apart and they sort of spread out, and then you can use them to start fires relatively easily. So this is kind of my backup fire starting kit. And then I've got just a few kind of miscellaneous patching items for patching my tent or my sleeping pad. I've got a little strip of Dyneema here if I'm taking out my Dyneema tarp. A few different just kind of like pre-cut little circle patches that you can kind of stick on anything. And then I always bring a few packets of Aqua Tabs. These are for treating water in case you forget your filter or you have an issue with your water purification method. I usually bring 10 tablets, which will purify 2 gallons of water. So that should pretty much get me through any trip if I do lose my ability to purify water. And then on the topic of water, I also bring an extra seal for my Sawyer Squeeze water filter. So if the seal in the filter ever breaks or comes loose, the filter won't work. So I bring an extra one just in case. And then these last items, these aren't exactly survival items, but they kind of live in the same bag. I bring a backup battery for my thermometer. I do use my thermometer fairly often on winter trips, especially if I'm bringing out a water filter. I want to know if the temperature is getting close to freezing. If your water filter freezes, it will lose its ability to properly filter water. So it's very important for me to always know if I'm approaching freezing temps. That way, if I am, I can throw my water filter into the foot box of my sleeping bag or keep it in a pocket on my person, something to keep it warm. So in case that thermometer loses its battery, I do bring a backup. And then lastly, I've got this little piece of Velcro, which is actually used where I attach my gaiters to the back of my shoes. You stick on pieces of Velcro to the back of the shoes to attach the gaiters. And if one of those were to ever fall off, I just have a backup here. All right, next up, I've got this little bag here with kind of all of my extra cordage. So I always have 2 extra pieces of guy line. This is basically just like some Zing It guy line, I think. This yellow one is 6 feet and this red one is 12 feet. I do a lot of tarp camping these days with my hammock, so I'm using guy lines a lot. It's always beneficial to just have some extra guy line. You can use them to dial down your tarp if it's really windy. Same thing with your tent. If you want to throw out like a clothesline, dry something out, a little bit of guy line can definitely come in handy in a lot of situations. And then next up, I bring a few pieces of shock cord, which just comes in handy in kind of random situations. Again, I do a lot of tarp camping with my hammock, so I use the shock cord a lot to kind of rig a tensioning system sometimes with my guy lines on my tarp. And then I also bring a few black rubber bands. These weigh nothing. They're just easy to throw in your kit. You never know when you kind of want to like wrap something up. I don't use these too often, but they do come into handy every once in a while. And then I usually hike in Salomon trail running shoes, and those have a quick lace system where you kind of use this little grommet here to tighten your shoelaces instead of tying a shoelace knot. So I kind of made a little DIY replacement for that out of some cordage and just kind of a generic little grommet thing here. I'll keep that in there just in case I do ever rip one of my shoelaces on my Salomons. And then lastly, not technically cordage, but I do keep a backup phone charging cord here. I talked about this a little bit more in my last last video, definitely comes in handy. And then moving into some of the more niche items of my kit, although first of all, in addition to my boo-boo kit, my bandage stuff, I do bring 1 square of some sterile gauze dressing. Probably need to replace this. I think it's getting a little beat up, but it is still in its original wrapping. And then I bring 1 kind of bigger bandage just to go overall with my first aid kit. This is stuff that really doesn't get used like ever. This is more the backup stuff, the emergency stuff, but I do bring a piece of moleskin. If I need to use moleskin these days, I probably will just use Gorilla Tape, but if I do run into a blister situation, having a little bit of moleskin can definitely be helpful. I do have a couple of alcohol prep wipes. This could be for first aid or cleaning gear or cleaning your hands, whatever you need to use them for. I do have some anti-diarrhea pills. I've never had diarrhea on the trail, but I've heard some horror stories and figured I'd just throw a few pills in there just in case. And actually, I do also carry some painkillers. I don't have those in my kit here, but I keep those in the shoulder pouch of my backpack attached to my shoulder strap. All right, next, because I do wear glasses, I carry a couple 24-hour disposable contact lenses. These are just in case something happens to my glasses, I lose them or they crack, and I want to still be able to like use my phone and see the beautiful scenery around me. I can at least pop these in and I've got 24 hours of sight before the trip ends. And then here I have 2 safety pins. I don't know how well you can see that, but I've got a medium-sized one and a little bit of a bigger one. Lots of uses for safety pins. You've got a needle essentially, and you can use it to attach things. Then attached to the safety pin, I've just got 2 pairs of paper clips that I tucked in one day. I don't even remember if I've ever used these, but they weigh nothing. And I kind of keep these all together. And then also I carry a super tiny pair of tweezers. I think I got these from like a Swiss Army knife or something. Super helpful for dealing with splinters. And always keep this in my pack. And then lastly, I love these things. These are called Big Otters. They're little compressed paper towels, basically. They weigh nothing. They're super tiny, but you throw a few drops of water on them and they kind of unfold and become a full-size paper towel. They're also like pretty durable. They've got a little bit of a tear resistance compared to a regular paper towel. So I'll bring a few of these out just in case I run out of TP or paper towel or wet wipes or whatever. I do usually bring TP and wet wipes, so these are kind of my emergency stash. If I just need something at the end of a trip, if I run out, got these. Just keep in mind, if you do pick any of these up, these are not biodegradable, so you do need to pack these out. And then the last thing not shown here is I do carry an old but still active credit card, and I carry an old expired driver's license. So I have a way to make purchases and I have identification. And with that, I also bring about like 40 bucks of cash usually. So that's the whole kit. I still tweak it every once in a while. And if you want to see some other gear that you might not think to bring, but came in absolutely clutch for me, this next video goes over gear that I thought was dumb at first, but ended up saving my trips. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe out there, and I'll see ya on the next one.